Welcome to the Queen of Hearts podcast. And here's the queen herself, registered dietitian Heather Klug.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Queen of Hearts podcast.
Hi. Welcome back to my dining room.
Yes, we are social distancing once again for this podcast.
Yes.
So last time we were about 6 feet apart, and now I feel like we're about 8-9 feet apart, maybe.
Well, yeah, I had to put in the second leaf of my dining room table to make sure that we were maintaining a really good distance now.
Bethany does not want any of my germs, I guess.
And vice versa.
Yes. So on today's episode, in rehearsing for this, we decided to give it a new name. So we're going to be talking about exercise.
Right.
And I just kind of mentioned, in working with a lot of people and helping them get more exercise in, I find a lot of people really do not like the word exercise.
Right. And especially because right now everything is we're living in the upside down, so we might as well call it something else. Give it a more positive connotation.
Right. Yes, I think exercise has a very negative connotation to a lot of people. So our podcast is a movement to call it movement.
Right.
Right? So if you hate the word exercise, let's just focus on moving our bodies each day.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent plan, because that's what I've been trying to do.
Yes, me too. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit, I think, about why it is important to move our bodies, right? Because there are some health benefits.
Yeah. And, I think we all kind of know what these are. Regular exercise is really important for your heart health, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it. But it's also a great way to manage stress and to strengthen your immune system, both of which are pretty important right now.
Very important right now, yes.
So I don't know if people necessarily know this, but physical activity helps flush bacteria out of your lungs. So, you're panting and you're getting your breathing heavy. And
that's fascinating, isn't it?
It actually pushes some of that bacteria out, so it decreases your chances of catching an illness. Obviously, I just want to say that by no means does it mean you should not social distance if you're, exercising out and about with other people. So please keep doing that as well. But physical activity also reduces stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. And lower levels of stress hormones may help give you some protection from illness as well, because those stress hormones can kind of ramp up your body's response and inflammation and all of that other stuff.
Yeah.
So it can make you more susceptible to getting sick. So if you're lowering those hormones, it's a good thing.
Right. And
exercise also stimulates your endorphins, which help lower pain and boost your mood. And let's face it, we all need a little of that right now.
Yeah.
So those are just some of the main reasons why we want to encourage people right now, even though, we have a lot of people who are sheltering in place. It's still very important to move, but, gyms are closed. Classes are canceled. It's a different kind of exercise.
Right. We maybe have to think about it a little bit differently.
So calling it movement is a little more, broad, and it's more happy and positive.
Right. I just want to mention a benefit that comes to your heart when you're exercising too, or moving your body around, right? It does help with keeping your blood pressure down, because it dilates your blood vessels, right? So your blood vessels are going to open up. There's less pressure then.
Excellent.
So it's very good for those people, because we've been hearing that people who have high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes are at higher risk for coronavirus, right? So helps lower blood pressure, and then it helps with managing blood sugar levels as well. Okay. Yes, because when you're exercising, your body needs to use up glucose, right? So that's going to help keep your overall blood sugar levels down as well. Okay. So
Heather, I got to ask you, how is your movement life going right now that you're doing the safer at home thing?
I think it's pretty good, actually. actually being at home compared to going to the office, I feel like most days I actually probably am on my feet a little more doing stuff.
Okay.
Because my kids are at home, so I maybe have to get up and go help them with something, or I might go put in a load of laundry or empty the dishwasher here and there. So I'll do stuff for a while, and then I'll get up. So I have like more prompts at home to maybe get up, just because there's so many things to do around the house, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps. I also do have 2 dogs at home, and one is a puppy. She's about 10 months old. Okay. So, they need walks every day. So I definitely get that in.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm doing okay. I feel like most days I'm getting some structured exercise in, and then other days, I'm not going to lie, I'm sometimes a little lazy, and I'm like,
oh no,
I don't feel like exercising today, but I'm at least getting movement in. I'm doing stuff around the house. I'm not sitting around just binging a bunch of shows on Netflix.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I thought it was going to be really easy to start this whole new, workout regimen while I've been working from home.
I got all this time.
Exactly. I thought I have all this time, and unlike you, I don't have people in my house all day. Now my husband's dealing with some more furlough days, so he'll be around more. But even so, I have my own office. I can sneak in some sit-ups. I can sneak in some push-ups, and that has not been happening.
Well, I think, to be honest, that happens to a lot of people, right? Because we feel like sometimes when we have more time, I feel like that can not always be good.
Right.
I mean, it is, but it's easy to push it off, right? Because it's like, oh, I'll do that later.
Exactly.
Or I'll do it tomorrow. And then it gets to the next day. No, I'll do that tomorrow. We just keep kind of pushing it off.
Right. And luckily, like you, I also have a dog. Now, I have my little geriatric beagle. He's 14. But he's still very active, and he needs his walkies, and he is going to tell me that he needs them. And so I call him my personal trainer, because he will not let me rest. I mean, I got to have my walk. Let's go outside. Let's get some fresh air. You've been sitting too long. I mean, he's better than, the Apple Watch at reminding you that you need to get up and move, which is good. And it was nice this week, so I was able to get outside and do some yard work. I did a lot of raking. I cleaned out flower beds, all of that kind of stuff. So,
for those of you that don't know, we live in Wisconsin, so we cannot always depend on the weather being really nice.
Especially this time of year. This time of year is a weather roller coaster.
Oh, gosh.
So it was, 75 the other day, and then yesterday it was snowing.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, and I take the good weather when I can and try to make the best use of it.
Right.
So
yeah. So it sounds like we're both doing okay with maybe getting some movement in. Could be some more structured exercise in there.
We could always improve, right?
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement.
Anybody can, I think, unless you're one of those super disciplined kind of people with that.
Yeah.
Let's face it, that's a smaller percentage of the population.
Right.
Are there any other things you're kind of struggling with at home?
Well, for me, so you know that I deal with a lot of pain. I have lower back problems, and I have hip problems.
Yeah.
And right now I'm missing my ergonomic desk at work. I have a sit-to-stand desk. I had the,
I miss that too.
Isn't that nice? I was just like, oh my gosh, how I take it for granted. I had the people come in and do the whole ergonomic assessment for me, so I have the proper chair, and it's at the proper height and all of this stuff. And now that I'm at home, I'm working on my little writing desk that my dad made for me when I was 11 years old. It's my first big kid piece of furniture, I think. And it's great for writing, not so much for typing and doing what I need to do during the day. Not that the dining room table is better. So I'm finding myself having more of the back pain and the hip pain. And when I'm in pain, I don't necessarily want to exercise, because I'm sure as anybody who struggles with chronic pain knows, it can be really tough to kind of overcome that hurdle. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with. What about you?
I think my biggest struggle is, with working from home, I have to be better with setting some boundaries in there. And, because it's people do have access to you, and you'll hear the computer beep. I should probably do something about that too. Oh, an email came in. I should answer that. And, it's I maybe need to just make sure I'm setting aside some time each day to do, whether it's structured exercise or getting in some movement, because really, I know it helps me with like the stress management part of all this too.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that in, I'm kind of not the nicest person to my family. And since we're all stuck together, that's not good. They
kind of want you to do that.
They do. Yeah, they're like, Mom, do you need to exercise today? So
it's bad when they're telling you to do it.
Right. So, and I'm trying to get all this stuff done around the house too. I'm trying to organize my house.
Right.
And I want to get those things done. So again, that's movement, but I feel like I do need to make sure I'm getting in a little more of that structured kind of exercise in.
I think there's a little bit of pressure right now on us to be everything all at once. We're supposed to, those of us who are working from home, we're supposed to be efficiently working from home. Those of us who have kids are also efficiently supposed to be teaching their kids. We're kind of feeling like we're home. We need to get all these home projects done because we can't go anywhere anyway. So what else are we going to do? So we're feeling the pressure to get the house organized, or in my case, get things painted that we've been wanting to paint.
Yeah.
And then, the exercise part is kind of somehow getting pushed back again. So it's not the same kind of feeling we have when we're in a normal structure and a normal routine, but somehow we always seem to try to work that exercise out. Like it's the thing that kind of falls by the wayside. Mm-hmm. So as you try to find, ways to move, like we know there's like 3 main fitness styles that we'll talk about in a future podcast.
Definitely.
But what's your fitness style? Like, do you need to have the structured class? Do you need to have that kind of a thing? Or are you a little more independent?
I'm kind of a blend of the two. I don't mind doing stuff alone. I don't have to have like a group class to motivate myself to do it. I have a lot of DVDs in my basement. I have an elliptical. Again, I have the dogs that I can walk. I'm usually pretty good at finding something I can do. I don't need a buddy. Let's put it that way. But I don't mind like doing a group class either. Like my friend invited me to do Zumba with her through Zoom, so I do that on Saturday mornings, or I'll do a Taekwondo class over Zoom with my husband. I don't mind doing those things either. I actually am a type of person who loves variety with exercise.
Yeah.
I get really bored doing the same thing every day. Even if I do like a certain type of workout DVD and there's several DVDs for it, and you're supposed to do it for like 6 to 12 weeks or something. I usually can't even stick with it that long.
Do you fall out at like week 2? Like,
no, I make it a little further than that, but I'm like, I just like so much variety.
Yeah.
So I've just learned that about myself. And I'm also not, again, I'm not super structured where I do it at the same time every day.
Yeah.
But I do try to make sure, again, that I'm thinking of moving every day in some way, even if it's a little, even if I only do 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I figure it's better than nothing.
Yeah. And kind of bite size is the way to go for a lot of people, I think, right now, because like I'm somebody who I'm a loner, a rebel when it comes to my fitness. Now, before all of this happened, my husband and I were doing a lot of ice skating. We have the Pettit Ice Arena, which isn't far from where we live. And it's this big Olympic-size long track speed skating rink. So it's huge. And we would skate about 5 miles 2 or 3 times a week, which is nice because we go together and we put our skates on together and we get on the ice together, and then we pop in our earbuds and we're off in our own world doing our laps, and then we'll take our 30-second break together, so we're the whole alone together concept that everybody's pushing right now works really well for me when it comes to exercise. So it's like I want to do it by myself, but I need the accountability of somebody, checking in with me to make sure I'm actually getting it done.
Okay. So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about we give some tips for people that maybe are looking for different kind of exercise ideas right now?
Right. Well, we can start with basically you can create your own fitness routine at home. There's lots of body weight exercises that you can do. I know we've discussed how much we hate burpees, but I guess in the fitness community, burpees are like the gold standard because you can accomplish a lot with just that particular exercise.
Sure.
So
I still rather do anything else.
Neither of us like them. Obviously, before you do any sort of exercise routine, if you haven't done anything in a while, check with your doctor. I know they're busy right now, but give them a call and say, hey, is it okay if I start this fitness routine? Start small. You can do an indoor routine, do about 5 burpees, 5 squats, 5 push-ups, 5 mountain climbers, and do 3 sets of 5.
Yeah.
You can go for a nice walk around your neighborhood. I mean, we've heard it time and again. We've said it time and again. Walking is like the best way to ease yourself in.
It's the easiest thing to do.
Use things around your house.
Dance in your living room if you need to.
Exactly, because we all need a little bit of that right now. There's just very small things you can do, and consider the fact that what you're doing is actually exercise. If you are spring cleaning your house from top to bottom, you're getting a lot of exercise for that. But if you're looking elsewhere, if you need a little more variety, there's a lot of apps out there that are having special extended free trials. There's Blink Fitness, which works with a lot of different groups from Daily Burn, Active, Gaiam, all of that, to give users of all levels hundreds of on-demand classes. Peloton, you can get a 90-day free trial for them right now. You don't even need to have their equipment. And for those who don't have a treadmill or don't have a bike at all, they also offer yoga, strength, and stretching classes. And then for dancers out there like me and you, Obe or Obe, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I apologize. It's OBE. They have a 30-day free trial. There's more than 2,500 on-demand dance workouts. They also offer choreography classes, so you can learn a whole routine and, test your brain and work out your brain in addition to working out your body.
That's great. All right, I have 5 places I want to recommend for exercise. Wow. Yes. So 2 of them are on YouTube. So if you just Google them, first one you can put in BFit and then YouTube, and it'll bring you to their site.
Excellent.
Tons of different trainers on that site, from Jillian Michaels to, Denise Austin, right? People like that. And then also there's one called eFit 30. That's also on YouTube. Again, a ton of different exercise programs on there, from cardiovascular stuff, bar exercise, yoga, and so on.
I love bar.
Yes. And then Do Yoga With Me. So for those of you that like yoga, it's a really nice site. There's another one online called Fitness Blender.
Okay.
And that one, all these sites I'm telling you, you can access for free. And you don't even have to subscribe to them, which is nice. I don't like having to stick my email into all those kind of things. Fitness Blender does have a one that you can pay for, and you'd have access to even more videos, but they have a lot of them that you don't have to pay for.
Okay.
And then the last one to mention is through the Y, and it's called YMCA 360. .com. And they have a ton of nice videos on there as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so a lot of great sites out there that people can kind of tap into.
So there's a lot of options for movement out there, and we just want to encourage people to keep moving.
Right.
And don't think of it as an exercise, just think of it as getting up and getting your body moving.
Yep. It's good for both your body and your mind.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us again today on the Queen of Hearts podcast. Happy you're listening. As always, be the ruler of your own heart.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Queen of Hearts podcast. Our podcast is recorded here at the Karen Yance Women's Cardiac Awareness Center inside Aurora St. Luke's Medical Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For more heart-healthy tips, info, recipes, and more, visit our website at www.karenyancecenter.org, like us on Facebook at Karen Yance Center, and follow us on Pinterest. If you like what you hear, subscribe to our show and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, ladies, be ruler of your own heart.